Welcome to EDTalk. I'm your host, Angela Nichols. EDTalk is a new show for you, our SCS educators. You have a voice, and the impact you make on our children every day is the key to our district's success. I have in the studio with me today Diana Townsend and Margaret Bounds. Welcome, lady, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been a year, and we're nearing the end of this year. We've had quite a few changes. Let's talk about the curricula. So we started out with Journeys, and then we shifted to EL, Expeditionary Learning. Let's talk about your year. How has it been?
Well, it's been an active year in the amount of change and also the amount of planning that each team has had to come together. As a teacher for 21 years, I've taught numerous curriculums throughout the years, and Eureka and EL are nothing like any that I've ever taught before. So even as a veteran, I've had to completely change the way I plan and how I work with my team.
Okay, what about you, Ms. Townsend?
Well, I only had a few months experience with Journeys being a new teacher, so the shift, while it was still a big shift, it wasn't as, I guess, impactful for me because Journeys was also new to me as well. I know starting with EL, the first module that was meant for August and starting after Christmas break was interesting because the feel was, is this too easy for our students and how can we challenge them? But now that we're in module 2, I do feel that the complexity is starting to come in and I'm having to supplement less, and the students are definitely more engaged this module. So it's exciting to see them grow. And I think that all of the teachers, as we plan together, are starting to embrace the curriculum now that we've come off of the nervous energy about the change.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the amount of planning required of a team.
Yeah.
You really individually cannot do this. You have to work as a team to be able to find success.
So I hear you talking about it's been quite a bit of change, and also the amount of time that you spend planning as well as you have to plan collaboratively. So with that being said, we do know that we also recently shifted to Eureka, but we've had a little more time with Eureka. How have you handled the Eureka shift?
Well, so it's interesting because I started last school year in February and I was teaching only ELA and social studies. So I had not seen Eureka outside of my daughter's homework. So coming in this school year, Eureka was completely new to me and I absolutely loved it. My students embraced Eureka. I embraced it. I loved the way it helped me explain not just what to do, but why we're doing it. The reasoning behind math really helped my students. I feel like their test scores were higher because of it, and just their ability to even explain, not just to me, but at home. When parents would struggle with the homework, they were telling me, you know, my child is explaining this to me like they're, you know, the teacher. And that's, I think, the positive about Eureka, that we're done with just saying 2 + 2 = 4. It's like, well, why? Why does 2 1s + 2 1s equal 4 1s?
Right.
And I think that's the exciting thing about Eureka.
What about you?
Eureka, I am the biggest cheerleader. I will tell anyone that will sit long enough and listen to me about the positive aspects of Eureka. I will tell them. I do feel like I have made more gains in math in the past 3 years than I have in my entire career. And my students can do anything I ask them to do conceptually.
Okay, and so I do want to dig a little bit deeper into this change, you know, being a new teacher, being a veteran teacher. But before we do that, I do want us to share with you just a little bit about what some of our other teachers have said about Eureka.
Eureka Math is having a significant and positive impact on my students. My students are definitely growing in their conceptual development and they're definitely growing and they're attending to precision when it comes to their math and how they solve their problems. From beginning to end, we utilize the curriculum including the application problem, conceptual development, as well as my students engage with the problem sets and the exit tickets throughout the entire math block. The curriculum has definitely allowed for some of those students who need an extra push or an extra level of understanding.
Okay, so we're back, and I want to ask you all a few questions. I know we talked about Eureka, and we also talked about EL. So talk to me about new teacher support. We've had all of these career fairs. We're actually interviewing now. Both of you all are serving on interview teams, and we're hiring new teachers, some teachers from other schools. How have the new teachers in your building been supported?
Well, I'm a new teacher. I don't feel like one though, and I think that's because you have given me a lot of opportunities to step into leadership positions. I have offered PDs to the staff. I have talked to the staff about different matters within our school and really tried to jump in and, you know, just help increase the positivity in our school culture. And I think like we have really great new teacher mentors who help out. We've had new teacher breakfasts with you. So it's just been a lot of things that you have done and that our school has done to just make every new teacher feel very included. And the new teacher orientation that the district offered was very helpful. So I definitely feel like there has been a lot of new teacher support this school year.
Okay, what about you, Ms. Bounds?
Well, on my grade level, we have 3 new teachers. And so there's a lot of support needed. And it can range from anything from how do I put my sub in to sub finder to do you think this is too harsh of a grade, or do you think it's too hard of a subject? Can I get your input on grading on this rubric? So it's a various needs for a new teacher. And, you know, sometimes just to lean on somebody to talk and say, you know, I'm having a problem with a parent. How would you handle this story or this situation? And I've enjoyed getting to mentor. One of my student teachers is actually on my grade level. So I've enjoyed having them. But it really is, yes, all schools have a new teacher mentor, but having that collaborative planning on the grade level, so it's specific support for that need of the teacher is so vital for them to find success in their first few years. We have found so many teachers leave the field in, you know, by year 3, year 5, and if we can put our arms around those teachers and hold them up on days that they need it and carry them through the fire. Hopefully, once they get their bearings, they'll find success and move on and end up mentoring new teachers in years to come.
Yeah. So I hear both of you talking about new teacher support, not only at the school level, but also at the district level. So the collaborative planning, I mean, that is an important piece because those are people you work directly with.
Exactly.
And so that ends up being a lot, not only for the new teacher, but also for the teachers who are on the grade level mentoring as well. So I'm wondering, you know, what is some advice that you could give to new teachers? It's like, how do you really reach out for support? Because there are times when teachers just say, hey, I'm new at this, I'm not sure how to log into PLZ, I'm not sure how do I, you know, get involved here. What is some advice that you would give to new teachers?
Well, the biggest thing at our school is that I like to say, ask anyone, ask everyone. You know, I am, I think, pretty known for asking across grade levels if I have a question.
Yes.
Do not stick to your grade level team. I mean, of course, they're a great resource, but you have a whole school of people and experts who are willing to help you. I think that stepping out of that shyness of feeling overwhelmed and feeling I'm too new to lead something, I'm too new to give this exciting idea I might have, stepping out of your comfort zone and just taking that chance, I think that could make the difference between a scary first year and then an excellent first year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to piggyback, like for instance, I was teaching Eureka and I went up to a 4th grade teacher. The joy of Eureka is that, most of the tools that you do in 1st grade, you do to 5th. So I said, I went up to a 4th grade math teacher and I was like, hey, how do you teach this? And and I've been teaching 21 years and I went upstairs and she came down, she was like, oh, and she looked at my kids and said, 1st graders, you're doing 4th grade work. I mean, and so just working and asking those questions, even within, curriculum, or like it said, where do you sign in the morning? I mean, just ask and hopefully as a staff that we can surround them.
So what I'm hearing from both of you is basically don't just limit yourself to the grade level chair or the grade level you're on.
Absolutely.
Also make sure that you are reaching out to your mentor, because sometimes I think it's just the fear of like, I don't know, and I don't want anybody to know that I don't know, but in this profession it is collaborative. So with it being collaborative and teaching, and just explaining to teachers how they need to have a voice. Teachers have had a great voice this school year.
I agree.
So it started with the lesson plans, and there was quite a bit. I mean, it was the good and the bad and the ugly about the lesson plans. We have to admit that. And there's some things that we got right, and there's some things that we needed to fix. So we got the fix when the superintendent sent out the email about the lesson plans, and that was pleasing to teachers. What are some other ways that you have gotten involved or your voice has been heard as a teacher?
Well, I went to not only the listening tour, but I also went to the town hall, and I feel that, and I guess I'm a teacher nerd, but I watch the board meetings online, and I've spoken at board meetings also, but I mean, I feel that they are listening more than in many years past. I feel like we have a strong voice. I think Superintendent Hobson wants us to use that voice in a productive and positive manner to get the job done.
When we come back, we'll have tips for you, teachers, and parents on how to continue learning over the summer break.
My name is Myra Terry. I teach at Bruce Elementary School as a kindergarten teacher. I have been in education for 30 years. Reading is the bottom line, is everything to me. And I push that for them. I said, you read about it, you know about it. Do you remember some things from the story that she saw? There's nothing that they can't do. Stop saying what you can't do. Try. And then, if you don't do it, we can work on that. If they can read something to me that they have chosen, their reading, their choice, I feel like I've been successful. It's love. It's the best thing in the world.
What are the tools that we've been measuring with?
Cubes.
Cubes,
Strings.
paper clips, string.
My school is awesome because it's very diverse.
We are diverse culturally, we're diverse ethnically, we're diverse religiously, we're diverse socioeconomically, which kind of lends itself to a unique kind of learning.
Okay, this is the strand that you're using.
The teachers here are really nice and we have really fun classes. I think my school is really cool. Like we can do like a lot of cool projects. You can do a lot of cool stuff. We can go outside. There's a lot of cool things in our school that's really fun.
Historically, Greenwood has been the most requested optional school in Shelby County. At any time, if you're ever interested in coming to check out our optional program, we would love for you to come to the school.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism.
Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome back to EDTalk. We just finished talking about how we are making it through this school year, from teacher town halls to changes in curricula to supporting new teachers. Now let's talk about summer. Students, just because the summer has come, that does not mean you have the free rein to forget everything you just learned, and that goes for our fellow teachers too. So, why is it important that we keep our learning going?
Well, every summer I like to start a new goal, look at Pinterest, find new people to follow their blogs. I start new Pinterest boards, I listen to podcasts. I also like to find a new area to follow for professional development, mixed in with a lot of sun and swimming time at the pool. I can listen to a podcast there, it's no problem. But I do like to reinvent myself every summer.
We do need to reinvent ourselves. I love the reinvention of myself. However, we do want them to know, like you said, in the sun, you know, on the beach, wherever we are, we still want to continue to add, you know, enrichment to our craft, because it's so important that we do see what else is out there. Because at the end of the year, the students who left us, they told us a lot about some things that we can change. So I like the reinvention. What about you, Diana?
Well, I've actually already started my Pinterest board for next school year. But you know, I have done, last summer I did a lot of planning by the pool. My daughter was swimming, I was planning. Like, I tried to find a good balance. I taught promotional summer school for the first time last summer, and that was a great learning experience. I'll be doing Summer Learning Academy this summer, so that will be, you know, another great learning experience. For me, it's like, I'm always looking to see how I can be better to benefit my students. So, I mean, I'm discombobulated just from losing my routine from spring break. So I can't imagine coming off of no routine for summer break. So for me, it's easier to just keep that mindset that yes, while we're on a break, I'm still a professional. I still have a job that needs to be done, and I don't want to find myself in a situation where it's the last week of July and I'm coming back trying to get into that headspace. It's easier if I stay at least partially in that headspace the whole summer. So by doing the Summer Learning Academy, going to PDs, planning on Pinterest, planning, you know, using data from my students who are leaving me, while it's still fresh on my mind, will make it that much easier come the first day of school.
I agree. And I think in the summertime, educators really can feel that long range plan. I think that, you know, August to May mindset versus sometimes when we start, as we know, in the year you begin first 9 weeks, second 9 weeks. But in the summer, I really take that time to relax and think about, okay, how do I want to change, you know, my children in May, keeping the end in mind with that mindset.
So you both have talked quite a bit about it's important to keep in touch with something that's related to your profession, but also get some time where you take a mental break, and I think that's quite important. Now, parents, here are some summer learning opportunities available for your students.
Summer will soon be here. That means more exciting and enriching learning experiences are coming for thousands of SCS students. The Superintendent's Summer Learning Academy is back for the second year, and it's free for families. This year, more than 10,000 students will be attending Summer Academy at nearly 50 sites. Students will get a full day of stimulating literacy, math, and STEM lessons. They'll also learn about music, the arts, health, and recreation. Plus, we work with lots of community partners to offer fun summer field trips and cool learning experiences for students. New this year, our Kickoff to Kindergarten will feature hands-on learning to promote school readiness for rising kindergartners. We're also offering new specialized programs for middle and high school students, including robotics, music production, dance, creative writing, visual arts, CSI, and sports. Don't forget, all meals will be provided for free and extended learning day for elementary and middle school sites. Online applications for the Superintendent's Summer Learning Academy are open now. Students have to be registered for 2018-2019 in an SCS managed school in order to apply. Spaces are limited and they will fill up fast, so don't wait. For more information, including a list of Summer Academy sites, go to scsk12.org/summerlearning.
So now that we've given the teachers all this wonderful knowledge about how to keep learning and fun happening at the same time, let's talk to our students. What should we be telling parents that they should be doing with their child as we go into this big summer break?
I think we definitely have to address that summer learning loss is real. You know, I don't think children benefit from having the entire summer without any learning happening. That's why I love the Summer Learning Academy, because it's that good blend of fun and still, you know, they're getting the instructional time that they need. I think it's important to do any review packets that teachers might give over the summer, keep up with summer reading lists. There's a lot of resources online that you can access for free just to keep your child reading, writing, and thinking over the summer. I think that's just very important for parents to understand. It is a break, but you know, learning is an everyday process, and we want our students to become just natural thinkers, and the only way to do that is to promote learning, whether it's during August from May or it's the summer.
So I have started my summer slide conferences. So those are my babies that are right there on the bubble that have made so much, you know, had such a big gain this year, but I do not want you to lose it. So I bring those parents in and I'm like, read as much as you can. And I talk to them about the importance of them doing something, reading, comprehension activity every day. It's non-negotiable. You know, and if you need me, call me over the summer. I can FaceTime, I can do anything. But I definitely don't want that summer slide to happen because, you know, you waste time in that next grade level trying to pull back up to where you were in May. So really stressing that to the importance. Not only, I pulled a couple of children out of the classroom and I was like, let's talk, mom, dad, child, and teacher. This is what we need from you over the summer. So definitely using that time to, you know, kind of really stress the importance of it.
The pain will not control us. It will never break us, define us, or keep us still. Because arthritis can't beat us if we beat it first. In the fight against arthritis, you need a weapon. What's yours? Visit the Arthritis Foundation at fightarthritispain.org.
I'm Rachel Everson, and I teach theater at Cordova High School.
The only one who's doing that piece in the center?
Well, with Destination 2025, I feel like we're not only preparing the students academically, but also as far as character education as well. So, I mean, I think a big part of being college and career ready is not only being ready mentally, but also socially as well. So the very first thing that I try to do with my classes is get them to trust me and create a really nice culture in the classroom where they're not going to be afraid to perform in front of each other.
There's two verses while we do this, right? The water motion, and then we go down like that.
And that work really starts now in trying to get them to realize that even simple group work in a dinky little theater class is going to help them grow as individuals. It's going to help them with responsibilities. It's going to help them continue to be goal-oriented. It's going to help them to collaborate with one another.
Three of the hardest working women in the Mid-South are being recognized for the impact they're making on the lives of Shelby County school students. Ridgeway Middle's Natasha Medford, Kingsbury Elementary's Emily Topkin, and Campus School's Tanya Mathis have been named Shelby County's Teachers of the Year.
Teachers really are superheroes and game changers, and You know, you can't think of any person in the world who's successful that did not get a good start with great teachers.
Chief of Schools, Dr. Sharon Griffin, surprised each of these amazing educators with flowers, balloons, and gift cards. Being able to give back to the teachers is one of the highlights of her job.
It makes me feel really good because sometimes teaching is the thankless profession. Our teachers do so many personal and professional sacrifices, and they think that it's going unnoticed.
It's amazing. It's definitely indescribable is what I would like to call it, definitely. I'm trying not to cry.
For Emily Tobkin, it's her love of reading that keeps her motivated to do great things in the classroom.
I think that my main drive, just as a reading lover myself, is to try to help students love reading and knowing that that can take you so many places in life.
Tanya Mathis works with special needs students. She says the award is about more than just her.
I am honored, excited. It's also an emotional moment for me. It's an emotional moment for me because although I'm being recognized, these students are being recognized. This program is being recognized.
Now, these remarkable women are in the running for an even bigger honor.
Not only are they Teachers of the Year for Shelby County, but they're now in the running to be Teachers of the Year for the entire state.
I love this school. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to be, and I love to see that we are growing and we are pushing kids to be better versions of themselves.
This school is awesome. The principal, the teachers, the clubs we have, the teachers, they help us a lot. They understand us. They know when we need help.
Only indent in the beginning of the paragraph. Go.
I think my school is great, in my opinion, because we have a dual language program and different clubs and activities that every student will enjoy.
At the end of the day, I want our children to be able to take home, of course, all of the academics, but I want them to be able to walk out of school each and every day knowing that someone cares.
I would like to invite everyone to come fly with us.
So ladies, we've talked quite a bit today about education. So what are some takeaways for teachers and parents?
Well, as a teacher, I'm tired right now, and especially after this year of curriculum change, and I need to rest. I need to rest my brain, but I also want to get together with my teammates. See, that's the best part about teaching, I think. I work with my friends. And so I can meet with them at Starbucks and we can get more done in 2 hours together than I could for a month by myself. So I do think I will rest for a good bit and then I will come back recharged and ready to go.
I think the biggest takeaway would be like for new teachers to just shake off any mistakes that you had. It's okay. Use this time to rest, but also just reevaluate and plan. I think that's the most important thing. If you're a new teacher and you feel like, you know, some things weren't as successful as you had hoped, the key is always go back to planning.
Okay, all right. Well, we want you to always remember this. I mean, you heard it here, right here first on EDTalk from Meg and Diana. They have some great ideas. We know that planning has to be connected with preparation. Even though you line up all of your cute anchor charts, you may also be a part of, you know, the different social media sites and you have your diagrams. We heard from Diana, you have to practice. Practice on your family. Because the actual question is, are you ready to perform and can you really execute the lesson that you have planned? We want you to think about these questions every time you sit down to plan a lesson. And then parents, I do want you also to think about what we've talked about. It is important that our students really take time to read and that they get connected in the programs that we have allotted for them. So we do want them to spend time every day doing something academically, even if it's only for 20 minutes a day, 1 hour a day. That's not much out of their day. So I would like to thank Diana Townsend and Margaret Bounds again for sharing their experiences with us. Thanks for watching EDTalk. See you next time.